Hello, creators, and welcome to Rediscovering Be Something Wonderful, where we reawaken the timeless truths from the Be Something Wonderful video archive. Truths that don't just inspire transformation, they collapse the illusion of time, space, and separation itself. You've been told to persist, to be patient, to wait for it, to hope, to wish, to visualize, to assume, and to affirm until it finally happens. But manifesting was never about waiting and persisting. It was and is about being the version of you for whom and through whom your desired reality is already real. Here's the eternal truth. There is only now, the infinite moment where everything already exists. You don't attract it later, you reveal it now. You don't become ready, you remember you already are. Nothing takes time, it takes awareness. Reality doesn't run on time, it runs on identity. In the instant you decide who you are, reality has no choice but to reorganize itself to instantly reflect your decision. You're not calling things in, you're calling yourself forth. You're not chasing your desires, you're standing in and as the consciousness within which your desires are already fulfilled. You're not applying the law, you are the law. You're not invoking some higher power, you are that higher power. Today's classic Be Something Wonderful episode will remind you that the secret to manifesting anything or anybody isn't about how long you persist, affirm, or imagine. It's about you being it right now. So get ready, creators, because it's not coming in the future. It's happening right now. Welcome to Rediscovering Be Something Wonderful.
I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, welcome back to the studios of Be Something Wonderful here in Las Vegas. Big video today. I had so many amazing sessions yesterday with clients that are telling me their stories of transformation. Some over 6 months, some over 2 months, some over a year, but all transformations, all due to them already being aware that they're the person that they desire to be in all cases. And then towards the end of the day, there was another client who they feel like they're still stuck. They feel like they're still trying to get somewhere. And this is what she said. I feel trapped and stuck. Nothing I do seems to work. Nothing. Then when I when I try to do nothing, nothing happens either. So when she does nothing or whatever she does, nothing happens. Whether she does nothing or does something, she said nothing happens. Remember, you don't need to do anything or do nothing. That movement, that doing, is all that, it's an illusion within the current frame of reality, right? That current frame, remember, all frames exist, all potentials, all identities, all scripts. The script is written, creation's finished. Within those lifelines or scripts, there's a current frame that you're focused in. But if your focus is within the frame and not on what you desire to be, not already being who you desire to be, then you feel trapped or stuck in the frame because you're trying to move and change things in the frame. You're trying to change a frame that can't be changed. All that movement, all that doing is why spiritual teachers call that an illusion, right? It's not what it seems. There's no movement in doing. It doesn't go anywhere. It does nothing. All that doing and movement does nothing. It just keeps you focused. in a script that is not your choice, it's not preferred, and in a slide or a frame of reality that you no longer desire. Do you see that? It's always here and now. So that's why I said to her, take the challenge now. Manifest anything and anybody here and now, because that's the only place it happens. But it's not by trying to change the frame. In other words, change a reality that's already manifested, that's already there. You move to the frame where you're already changed. You move to the reality, to the script, to the film roll, where you're already that changed identity. That's what we're going to talk about today and more. So what do I do? Nothing. There's nothing you can do, or there's nothing you cannot do if you're trying to not do nothing, while you're aware that you're not already that person you desire to be. Your awareness of being, I am, creates and manifests your entire life experience. There's no other rule. There's no other law. It's law. It's the only rule, the one law, one rule, the law of being, source of all that you desire to experience. The law of being that which you desire to be. I am God. I am the Lord. I am the law. There is no other. That's why it says that in Isaiah. Right? It's powerful. So without being aware that you already are that which you desire to be, you can do nothing. There's nothing you can do. Even when you try not to do nothing, it does nothing. Because you're not already aware of being it. You're trapped in trying to change that current frame of reality. Right? And it keeps you stuck in a script that you didn't choose, that you don't prefer. Right? In John 15:5, Jesus says it, I am the vine. I am the one and only source of reality, of my entire life experience. I am that power. I am all power. I am all reality. I am all knowing. And then he says, you are the branches. In other words, your focus, remember, you're playing all the parts here. Your focus and attention, where you put that, are the branches. Is it focused on that you're already that person you desire to be? Or is it focused within the current frame, trying to move and do things there where movement and doing is not possible, where you try to make change where change is not possible, as opposed to moving to the frame of your choice, right? He who abides in me and I in him bears much fruit. You manifest anything in anybody right now. Jesus is saying it. He who abides in me and I in him bears much fruit. In other words, Jesus is saying manifest anything in anybody right now. All that you want and desire is already yours and within you. Know this and abide in that awareness. He who abides in that awareness of being, he who abides in being aware that they're already that they want to be, bears much fruit. In other words, manifests anything in anybody right now. Your focus and intention as source are those branches. Right? Without me, you can do nothing. Jesus goes on to say in John 15:5, I am the vine, you are the branches. He who abides in me and I in him bears much fruit. Without me, you can do nothing. Jesus says it here, you can do nothing. There's nothing you can do unless you're already aware of being that person you desire to be. All the doing, all the movement is an illusion. Right? It does nothing. It's not what it seems. In other words, the doing does nothing without the awareness and assumption that you're already that person you desire to be. Very powerful today. So what do I do? No, it's not about that. That's why I use that scene from that show, The Chosen, right? That series, that show, they're in the 3rd or 4th season of The Chosen. And I use that scene at the pool of Bethesda, right? Where Jesus says, look at me, look at me. That's not what he asks. He's asking, do you want to be healed? Do you want to be whole? Do you want to be that person you desire to be now, here and now? Do you want to manifest anything in anybody here and now? That's what Jesus was asking there. Do you want to be healed? Do you want to be whole? Do you want to manifest all you want here and now? Then look at me. Look at me. That's not what I asked, because he asked the paralyzed man. The paralyzed man was going off on a tangent, saying, yeah, but they don't let me. Every time I get near the fountain, people walk over me. I just don't know what to do. Whatever I do doesn't seem to work. And when I do nothing, that doesn't seem to work. It's not about the doing, it's about who, and the who is you. Right? All that does nothing for you. It means nothing. Remember, Jesus saying it means nothing. So So do you want to be healed? Jesus says it again. Do you want to be made well? Do you want to be that person you already desire, that you desire to be? Do you want to be that now? Do you want to manifest everything here and now? In other words, do you want fulfillment now? What do you want? Be it now. Put your awareness in already being that which you desire to be. It's not about what you need to do. It's about who, and the who is you. So Jesus says to him, so let's go. Get up, pick up your mat, and walk. Just do it. Be that person you want to be now. Manifest anything now. It's all here and now. So, in other words, give time, space, and attention to already being that which you desire to be versus what you believe you need to do to be it. All that doing does nothing. Jesus said it in that scene in The Chosen. It means nothing, right? There's nothing to do with the people, places, and processes. Fine, do the processes, but remember you're the awareness behind them, like I said, right? But don't expect them, the next process or the next affirmation to do it for you. You do it. Look at me, meaning look at yourself. And then do the processes. And then revel in the people and places in 3D reality. But they're not going to do anything. The doing in action is an illusion. That keeps you trapped in and focused on the current frame and script that you can't change. And I'm going to show this to you in a minute in some visuals. Right? You can't change that. Creation's finished. The script is written. As Neville Goddard says, the creation's finished. A Course in Miracles says the script is written. All frames, all realities, all lifelines, all film rolls, all scripts, all possibilities exist. But your focus on doing keeps your awareness on trying to make changes where change is not possible. The script is written. Creation's finished. So that's why you feel trapped and stuck. Remember, the blue represents your current frame. The black represents what you would consider the past frame. As you put your awareness on, as you shift your awareness, that frame appears to retreat to the past, but it exists here and now. And as you shift forward, the future frame is that violet, and the current frame is your present. These are your lifelines or film rolls, right? Or alternative parallel realities, all existing in that eternity film archive of infinity, of all that is, right? All frozen frames of light or potential. They're all light, they're all consciousness, but they're frozen until you put your awareness on it, to put your light on it, right? But you're here trying to make a change here. And it keeps you in this script that you didn't choose, that you don't prefer, and you're trying to make movement and do things here. There's nothing to do there. Focus on being that person you want to be, and you will move. You will shift. But it's not a physical movement, it's shift in awareness, right? All the frozen frames of light of potential that make up any specific film roll, lifeline, parallel alternative reality, or linear experience exist here and now in the eternity film archive. Eternity, all that is. You're not moving and doing through time. Hear this. You're not moving and doing through time and space. Rather, you're perceiving and projecting time and space. You're projecting that linear experience, that experience of movement and change and doing, right? So that creates the illusion or the experience of time, space, movement, change, and doing. Do you hear it? That's big. I hope you got that. So here you are. Here's the possibilities. You don't need, remember, that I am awareness, it's vertical. We're having that horizontal experience, but and here you are at the center of it all, believing that that frame is entrapment. Believing you're trapped or stuck. You're not stuck, you're in the vertical, right? But when you try to make changes here in the frame, when you're trying to move in the frame and trying to make change where change is impossible, as opposed to lighting up that future and moving wherever you want in that awareness of being, that's when you feel stuck. All the moving and doing within the current frame does nothing. That's what Jesus says. It means nothing. You're trying to change a frame and a script that has already been written. These have been written. You just got to move to the one that you want to live, that you want to experience, versus shifting to the frame where you already are that which you desire to be. All feelings of exhaustion, stuckness, and being trapped come from trying to move and make change where movement and change is impossible. That frame exists and will always exist, right? But as you move within, that center changes. That linear experience changes. You change. You're no longer trying to change, feeling trapped and trying to move and do things or not do things within the frame. You're focused on already being that person you desire to be. That's big. Stop trying to move, do, and make things happen, and move in awareness to being the identity and version of you where it's already happening, happened, and will happen. It's all here and now. How? I get it. How? By assuming fulfillment now, no matter what. By imagining and affirming you are already that person you desire to be here and now. By already being that person that already has those things that you want to have, that already is that person you want to be. Do that. Imagine it. Affirm it. Light it up. Any process is okay because you're the process. It's not the process. It's about who, and the who is you. Then infinity, that alternative space, as Vadim Zeland in Reality Transurfing calls it. Then you move within and as infinity to your desired film role, to your desired script, to your alternative parallel reality right now, here and now, instantly. That's why we're talking about manifesting anything and anybody here and now. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, thank you. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for liking and sharing and commenting on the videos. Thank you for being part of our Facebook group, the Be Something Wonderful Ambassadors, at facebook.com/groups/Be Something Wonderful, for joining us on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Kearin, for joining our TikTok at Be Something Wonderful, for being part of our membership channel. The memberships are growing. We're getting more people interested in the content on that channel and the live streams. We have another live stream a week from tomorrow on the 28th of January at 9 a.m. in the morning, Pacific Coast Standard Time. I'm going to come to you live. It's a live event exclusively on the Be Something Wonderful membership channel. I'm going to be answering your questions that you've been sending to info@besomethingwonderful.com. Another video is getting queued up for that channel. We just released 3 over the last 2 weeks. A lot's happening. Guys, with great love, with great light and infinite gratitude, this is Tom Kearin in the studios here of Be Something Wonderful in Las Vegas. Until next time, we'll see you soon.